Today is polygons on the coordinate plane, and we're going to dive right in. Polygons on the coordinate plane is essentially when they give you coordinates to graph. You have to graph the coordinates, identify what shape it formed, and then find the area of that shape. So we're going to start off with example 1. And example 1 today is using the following coordinates. So we're gonna graph these together. The first one is 0, 0. So take a moment to graph or get graph paper or create a small 1-quadrant graph. I've got one created right here. All of the points for coordinate A were 0 or positive, so we can just use 1 quadrant in this case. The first point A was at 0, 0. So I graphed 0, 0 and identify that point as A. The next one was 4, 0, which means we're going to travel out to the 4, but it's going to stay on the axis because there's no upward travel. And that point was B. And the last point is 3, 3. So we're going to travel right 3 and then up 3. And that's point C. And since those are the only points, we kind of connect those. A connects to B, B connects to C, and C connects back to A. And we've got ourselves a lovely triangle. Okay? With that, now that we've identified, so the first thing we do is graph. Step 1, graph. Step 2, identify. Okay, so step 2 is identify. We just identified that as a triangle. And step 3 is find the area. So step 3, find the area. Okay, so we're gonna flip this over and we're gonna find the area of this. We know that to find the area, we need the formula, area equals 1/2 base height. Okay, our base is 1, 2, 3, 4 units long. So we have 1/2, our base is 4, and our height is, well, we can't go at the diagonal, so we're gonna have to go from the top and see, and that is 3 units tall. So we need to say, well, what's 4 times 3? 12. And what's half of 12? 6. Our area is going to be 6 units squared. We use units because we don't know exactly what it is. They're the little units of the coordinate grid. Okay, we're going to move on to one more example, one different example where it's not going to be a triangle. Our next example get the points for you right now, wipe down my board. Our next example is with the following points. We've got some negative values in there, so I'm going to use a 4-quadrant graph in order to graph that. And so we're gonna graph Q first. Q is -3, -2. R is 1, -2. So over to the right 1 and down 2 is R. S is +2 to the right and up 1. And T is -4, up 1. So we're gonna go -4 to the left and up 1. Okay? And then we're going to connect those dots. Q to R, R to S, S to T, and T back to Q. And in this case, step 1, we graphed. Step 2, we have to identify. This is a trapezoid. And so we're going to use that trapezoid now to actually find the area of the trapezoid. And so we need to write out our... Okay, so area equals 1/2 times the height times the sum of the bases. In this case, our height is 1, 2, 3. So our height is 3 units tall. And our bases, well, let's count them out. Our bases are, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Base 1 is 4. Okay, so base 2 is 6. So we're going to figure that out. We've got 4 plus 6 is 10. We've got 10 times 3 is 30, and half of 30 is 15. So the area is 15 units squared. And check out that work. And that is polygons on the coordinate plane.